Okay, picture this. It's the summer of 1943. The world is at war, and you can feel that anxiety everywhere. It seeps into everything, even into the hearts of kids. So, what we're going to explore here is how friendship gets tested, not in some big heroic moment, but in these quiet moments of fear. And it all kicks off with one really vulnerable question. Wow. Can you imagine hearing that from your best friend? That question, just whispered by a young boy named Buddy, is really the soul of this whole story. I mean, that's a moment where this incredibly deep bond is suddenly shaky, right? And the answer to that question reveals pretty much everything you need to know about loyalty. So let's set the scene. They're on a train, clattering its way back to Billerica from Boston. The energy is super low. Most of the scouts are passed out, but not Buddy. He's wide awake. See, he's been hearing the grown-ups talk about the war, he's seen the headlines about Japanese-American internment camps, and there's just this knot of fear twisting in his stomach. And this is where we get our first case study, really, on friendship in action. This is the kind of loyalty that's spoken out loud. It's direct, it's confident, it's all about three best friends and this powerful, explicit promise they have with each other. That is the immediate reply from his friend Wayne. Right there. No hesitation, no doubt. It's this powerful verbal hug that just cuts right through all that fear. And notice, the answer isn't just a simple yes, it's way more than that. It's a reminder of who they are together. So, who are the three amigos? Well, here's the thing. They didn't even come up with the name themselves. It was given to them because their bond was just so obvious to everyone around them. Their senior patrol leader, Michael Summerlot, saw them, saw how inseparable they were, and the name just kind of stuck. It became their thing, a shorthand for their rock-solid loyalty. Buddy's anxiety here is so specific, you know? This isn't just some vague kid-like worry. He's Italian-American, and he's hearing all this wartime talk about Italy. He's seeing the news about what's happening to Japanese-American families, and he's connecting the dots. His deepest fear is that the world's problems will suddenly make his best friends see him not as Buddy, but as the enemy. Then you've got Leo, who comes in just as directly as Wayne, but he tackles the fear itself, head on. He doesn't brush it off, he just completely invalidates it. He's saying their personal connection, their friendship, is a truth that is way stronger than any kind of wartime prejudice. And then Wayne, oh man, he does something brilliant. He brings in humor. He uses this shared, warm memory of dinner at Buddy's house with his nanny to just completely dismantle how absurd this fear is. It's this gentle joke that basically says, dude, we know you. We know your family. This fear has zero power here. So, what we've just seen is loyalty as a loud declaration. It was verbal, it was direct, and its whole purpose was to fight back against this external fear. But what happens when the threat isn't social prejudice, but the loss of something much closer to home, like innocence? Well, that calls for a completely different kind of friendship. One that works in total silence. Okay, so now let's flip the script completely. We're going to look at a bond that's almost the total opposite. This is about the loyalty between two brothers, Leo and Timmy, and it's a connection that's shown not by what they say, but by what they very consciously choose not to say. So the train pulls in, the boys get off, and their family's right there to meet them. And right away, the whole dynamic just shifts. The challenge is no longer about reassuring a friend. Now it's about shielding a sibling from a reality she just isn't ready for. And this is where the whole communication style changes on a dime. You can just feel the clash of two different worlds here, can't you? You've got Mary, who's buzzing with this innocent excitement. She wants the heroic war stories, the stuff she's seen in the newsreels. But her brothers, who have just felt the real weight of it all, they respond with this quiet, protective wall of silence. And the crazy part is how fast this all happens. It's a total masterclass in nonverbal communication. It's not like they huddled up to make a plan. No, it's just a single look from Leo over to Timmy, and that's it. An immediate, unspoken pact is formed. They're in this together. They will protect their sister's innocence. And this is such a key idea, right? That loyalty isn't always about shouting from the rooftops. Sometimes it's an act of omission. It's that shared understanding of what secrets to keep and what truths are just too heavy for someone else to carry right now. But, you know, they're not cruel about it. They don't just shut her down and leave her disappointed. Instead, they offer her this tangible piece of their trip, an army ration bar. It's like a little peace offering. It's an act of affection that says, hey, we can't share the story, but we can share this with you. You're still part of our world. It's just a quieter kind of reassurance. All right, so we've got these two incredible but very different examples of loyalty. One was loud and out in the open, the other was quiet and unspoken. So let's put them side by side, because this is where we really get to the heart of the matter. So for the three amigos, the communication had to be verbal, it had to be explicit. The whole point was reassurance, and the threat they were fighting was social alienation. But for the brothers, it was all nonverbal, totally implicit. The purpose was protection, and the threat was the loss of innocence. Both are these incredibly powerful acts of loyalty, just perfectly tailored to what was needed in that moment. And it all comes back to this one beautiful line from the boy's mother. It just ties everything together perfectly. In times of fear, whether it's a fear of being cast out or fear of a harsh reality, friendship is how we get through it. We remember who our friends are by how they show up for us. And that's really the core of this whole thing, isn't it? Real, enduring friendship isn't some rigid set of rules. It adapts. It's about having the wisdom to know when you need to speak up and the grace to know when it's better to stay silent. It can be a loud declaration of support, or it can be a quiet shield of protection, whatever the moment calls for. So I'll leave you with this to chew on. We spend a lot of time celebrating the friends who speak up for us, and we absolutely should. But what about the ones who know exactly when to stay quiet? When is that unspoken pact, that shared silence, the most profound act of friendship you could possibly give?